The next pattern in this series is a Starling and Yellow. Starling is a interesting kind of feather in that it has a real greenish sheen to it, even though it looks black from a distance. If you catch it just right in the light, it has kind of a green sheen to it, almost like peacock herl. So take a look at this pattern. It's a good pattern, and Starling is an amazingly flexible feather if you're looking for a dark feather that also has some attractor quality, some sparkle to it.
Another fly for your box from Father's Fly Shop.
We're going to tie a fly called the Yellow and Starling. This fly uses silk thread, so this is SemperFli Silk, and you're going to need to put a little wax on silk. It doesn't come waxed. And then we're going to start the thread on the hook shank, clip off the excess, and go on back down to the point of the hook, and then we're going to come back up. Yes, you want to stop at the point of the hook. On this very sparse fly, it's a relatively easy fly to tie. So when you get back to the front, you probably want to stop a wrap or two before where you started the thread, which I started about a head's gap, about 1 eye length back. So now we're going to pick a feather. And starling feathers, can be very small. For example, these are probably way too small for the size I'm tying. So I want to try to find something a little larger. All right, this ought to work. First thing we're going to do to prep the feathers, we're going to strip off anything that's got any real fuzz on it. And if you have a feather that has fibers longer than you want, go ahead and strip off anything that's longer than the right size for the hook. This is a size 14 hook, and I'm just going to brush back on either side all but the fibers at the very front of the feather. And then we want these to be about 1.5 times the hook gap. We want to lay back as much of the material that we're not going to use, or that we are going to use, as we can. You can see that. And there are a couple of ways you can tie these in. Some people cut them off and tie them in by the tip, facing backwards. Some people tie them in fact, Dave Hughes in his book says to tie them in convex side up like this, pointing off over the front of the hook. And you can do it that way if that floats your boat. What I would ideally like would be for this feather to be situated on the hook with the shiny side out. If you look at these, if you can get them in the right light, you can see that they have kind of a sheen to them. What I'd like to have is for that side of the feather, the way I tie these in, I'm going to put the quill of the feather down on the near side of the hook shank, take a wrap over it, and then I'm going to take a wrap in the other direction behind it. And then I want to bend over the quill and take a couple of 3 wraps over. And I'm going to leave the thread behind the feather. Now, I'm using a hackle winder from Tie Flies. Great hackle winder for really small feathers. And I'm going to grab this right about the tip. I'm going to take a couple of turns here. Notice I've taken these turns right in front of where I stopped the body. So I'm in effect using the ledge or the bump that the body creates to back this up against. And it keeps the hackle aligned pretty well. Now what I want to do to turn it off, to tie it off, is to bring the feather back and to go over it with the thread as close to that feather as possible. And before I do anything else, go ahead and come in here and snip off everything I can and then take just a few turns. All right. Now, this is the Dave Hughes method of tying these. In the traditional tie, which I did on the grouse and orange, I use pure saws on. The traditional method, I would work the tying thread back through the soft hackle and to kind of reinforce it, and then tie off in the front. For this one, however, what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of hare's ear dubbing. And this hare's ear, if you see it closely, it has a few guard hairs in it, which is what you want. Hughes in his book mentions that he makes his own dubbing, hare's ear dubbing, in bulk. And so following his advice, I made some up at one point. Just took a hare's mask and took one of those little shavers like you use to trim your beard or your sideburns. And I used that to just clip everything off the pelt. And then I stored it in a baggie and used it for a long time. Now what I'm going to do, I have the dubbing up as close as I can get it to where the hackle was put in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work this through to the front. And I really don't want to trap any of these fibers if I can avoid it. So I'm going to try to come down underneath. Once I get to the front, I want to hold moisture and just stroke back as many of these fibers as I can get back. And then take a few turns in front. Now, I do not want to wrap back over this hackle. I don't want to force it back in a cone like you might on a streamer or something like that. I just want some wraps in front to kind of push back the stragglers. And you can clip off the stragglers if you want to. And I'm going to grab my whip finisher. Before I do any whip finishing on this, I want to put some more wax on this. And one just note here, don't use head cement on silk thread. The color will be affected and you won't like it. It'll darken it too much. So now I'm going to take some wraps. And again, I'm going to try to start at the front and go toward the back and pull that tight. Now the theory is if you get the wax on there and you get a couple of wraps on it, when it gets cold and hits the water, the wax will harden and then it'll be something like head cement. I usually try to do a couple of 3-turn whip finishes. On small flies, that can be difficult. And we'll just trim the thread off. And there we go. There's a Starling and Yellow soft hackle. These imitate a lot of pupa. And so if you tie the 3 in this series, the partridge and green, the starling and yellow, and the grouse and orange, then you've got a good match of a wide range of pupa. So have fun with that.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe for all our videos and tight lines.